Everyone, Cliff Dive here with a pretty insane 2v2 I played last night. Just wanted to show you guys the team real quick. They are Sturman, Matt White, rank 6 in Diamond. So, as you can see, we are nowhere near that. Well, we're rank 1 with fucking 1,400 points, but as you can see, we had a bunch of losses to cheese early on before we really figured out how to do that. So, anyways, gonna get this game started for you. Pretty fun 2v2. Zerg versus Protoss Terran, I believe. And yep, here we go. Here is Zohan spawning in the upper right-hand corner as the red Terran, myself, the blue Protoss in the 12 o'clock. Down here, we'll call it the 8, is Sturman. And over on the other side is Matt White, the other Zerg. Normally in 2v2, when you see two Zerg players, you gotta think dual 7 pool. Like, immediately. So, expect to see some pretty weird opening builds because against dual 7 pool, especially for Protoss, since it's a little bit harder to get that wall off on this ramp, I kind of did a different strategy. Terran can wall this off a little bit easier, but really important to get that wall out pretty fast. However, as you can see, that is not what they are doing. They're both droning, making overlords. So, a little bit of a wrong guess here. Probably could have opened this up differently and things would have gone better. But, it's looking, yeah, IAPM spam now. That's something I do. Just, gonna have to get used to that. Anyways, so yeah, going, each of us scouting our respective opponents. One thing I've noticed in a lot of 2v2s is some of the teams that we're playing just don't scout at all. Like, not even a little bit. Like this team, okay, some overlords are going out. This one's rallied to somewhere over here, I think. This guy's going, yeah, like somewhere over there. So they're not really, they're going to like sack that overlord later to get an idea of what our tech is. Spawning pool going down now at 14 pool. So, and oh, didn't see what, Matt White. Didn't see what. Oh, there goes all of his worker. Oh, okay, so that's what it was. Just sending a bunch of workers out. Kind of foolishly there. And let's check the wall off. Barracks going up for myself, and I actually built a gateway because we did scout. I was going to build a forge and just cannon. Like, 2 cannons, if you can get them up in time, will hold those early Zergling attacks with no problem. But we saw they were both getting pools at a reasonable time. So throwing down the gateway. Throwing down a second barracks for Zohan. I think he maybe is going to go like a 3 racks build here, although not sure yet. No gas going up for myself. A lot of what I've been doing nowadays is just kind of foregating. Or actually, we won like 7 games in a row last night, and all I do is DT rush every time. Like, it is mind-numbing how many people do not get, oh my god, do not get detection. Like, a ridiculous amount. Now, in Zerg, I don't like the DT rush because it's too easy for someone to go lair and get up an Overseer, like, right away. It's like, oh, my DTs are here. Morph Overseer one time. Yeah, you're going to get that damage in, but that is a significant investment. But one thing I like to do is kind of a 4-gate DT build. It takes longer to get them out, but if your DTs fail, you can transition really easily into just 4-gate, you know? And a trusty old 4-gate you fall back on pretty well. Take a look at the income tab real quick. I am at 22 harvesters. Zohan's at 15. And as you guys can see here, I'm sure you're not blind, although if it doesn't come out in the best HD quality, you may not be able to read that. As you can see, Zerg, always very good with map control. Going down at a 24 hatchery for Strumman. So 2v2 is just so much different is one thing I learned. Like, so insanely different. You always have to worry about cheese. Like, no question. Undeniably, you have to make early units. Fast expanding, very, 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 very risky. Like, just no question. If you guys are trying to play 2v2 and it's being rough, worry about the early attacks and make some defensive units yourself. As you can see, I'm a little comfortable here because, you know, it doesn't really seem like they're getting any attacking units, and we did get some good early scouting. However, still going to make some guys chrono boosts are all being saved on probes though, and you can tell by my economy, even just mass droning, I'm still at least keeping up with the Zerg, if not beating them. So Roach Warren going down for Sturman. And what do we got coming down? Zergling speed for Matt White, and what is this? Evo chamber. The old 26 Evo chamber build. A lot of play. Actually, you'll see these Evo chambers come in big. Like, you make fun of it now, but then all of a sudden you watch what they do with that, and you're like, oh my god, just ridiculous. Anyways, as you can see, factory going up. I'm just gonna take a sip of Red Bull here for a moment. Excuse me. As I have to work tonight, so a few more links in the map. Take a look at the unit counter real quick. Oh, that ring got smoked. 6 lings, 2 lings, a couple queens. We actually, yeah, we can't really push here with what we have, but 3 racks into a factory for Zohan. He's probably going to be focusing on tanks, I believe. Actually, the way this game turns out, like, I don't even know what Zohan did the entire time. So this is really exciting for me to get a full view and watch of what he was doing. There's the 4-gate. Okay. And one thing I do is right when I'm getting ready to push, I throw down a forge. Because if any counterattacks are going to come, I throw up about 2 cannons in the back. And I can also throw some cannons at my expansion when I try and secure it. So we're going to warp in a bunch of units here, try and push out. Unfortunately, let's see here. Hydra Den's already out. For both players, Hydra Roach is like, yep, here, dual evolution chambers and infestation pits. They're almost an identical builds. And as you can see, they've caught up, and this guy's just smoked me in drones. Hydraless Roach is like so nasty against Gateway. Just raw Gateway. I'm talking sentries, stalkers, and zealots. Like, no charge on these zealots, nothing like that. It's just blows them out of the water. It sucks. Like, oh man, I don't even need to describe it because you guys are about to see me just get smoked here. And I think it's pretty obvious at this point, just kind of looking at these armies before you even see me go in. But yeah, I'm going to try and warp in some units, take a look at the army size. I'm indeed well ahead. And here comes first battle. And actually, I wish I'd have gotten these force fields off a little bit sooner, but yeah, as you can see, I've cut the armies in half. Unfortunately, roaches are just really good. With the 4 range is like, man, it's fucking pissing me off. Dude, the roaches, they needed the range. I definitely agree with it. However, it is just something I'm going to have to get used to because it is nasty, and I'm a little sentry heavy here. I don't really like this composition. I need like way more stalkers. Here comes Zohan. Should have pushed at the same time. Would have been able to handle this quite nicely. As you can see, these Hydras trying to cut off reinforcements from the main here. That's the point of those. Split the army, and oh, he really needed to move in here. Well, that's just way too many Hydras. And look at the perfect concave they got on us. This is just utter slaughter. And look at that. Those Marauders really not doing that great of damage for some reason against roaches, it seems. Well, that's debatable. We already have +1, and if you look at the production tab, yeah, they're both getting upgrades, like just straight up. This is going to be a very powerful Roach Hydra army in a little bit here. Yeah, they each have range. Matt White seems to be focusing on Hydras. Back at our base, okay, 4-gate failed. Gotta put, I actually put 1 cannon up. That's the other thing, you want detection, especially if you're going to roll out of your base. We both know that they have expansions and are way ahead in the, actually, wow, look at that. He cut a lot, Sturman cut a lot of workers. Anyways, expansion's going up for both of us. So, I'm going to take another sip as, this is going to be a little while, as you guys can see. I do apologize for not having an overlay. I'm just so busy. I don't have time to figure that shit out right now. Anyways, 98 and 85 over 50. If they push right now, like, which they should, we're done. I don't think we can hold that with. If these tanks get on some good positions, good shots, we might be able to hold that. It's all gonna look at this guy. He's already level 2 on his attack and carapace, so that's gonna hurt. Charge finally coming down. Armor 1. Throwing down a couple more gateways and a tech structure as I am going to be operating off 2 bases now. Let's see here. Zohan's got a couple more factories. Looking to set up a drop here. This will actually be probably a pretty good idea at this point. As their armies are kind of out of position over here. Also, Hydralisks, when they get off this creep, are like so slow. Look, they're only 2.25 right now. Watch when they get off the creep later. I'll select one. There's the scan. And just take a look at income again. Yeah, everyone's pretty much up in the 40 harvester range here. Except for Zohan, he's on 29. But his mules are going to make up for that more than enough for the time being. There's the worker transfer. And here are our 2 drops. Now watch this. Watch how like just perfect this happened. The roaches and hydras move out, trying to get that exact. Oh yeah. So it was actually 3 point something, and they go down to 2.25. And here's the drop. Watch the harvesters. This is the guy who had more harvesters too. So especially and trying to snipe the layer is probably not going to work. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Get him out. Oh, what a beautiful fungal growth. Credits to Malwhite on that. That is crippling. And here is a bunch of roaches with 2-1. Probably about to be 2-2. Can we get 2-2? Yeah, they're like 18 seconds away from that. Look at all that. See, these roaches in this mass are just so much more effective now because the back ones that couldn't shoot before get to shoot now. And I'm kind of like, get the fuck out of here, roaches. Just trying to concave them over. Put up a little wall so that they can't get in there. And the siege tank's doing reasonably good damage. You know, Marauders are obviously very good against roaches as well, but oh, here's the Hydras. And High Templars are up with Storm. Come on, getting Storm. Oh, this really hurts. This pains me to watch. Storm is just not effective against roaches. As you can see, they got softened up, and this guy's like, come on. Oh, wait, I don't have the amulet yet. There we go. Couple tanks sieged up. Oh, these Hydras are moving in the main. This is not looking good, but most of the roaches are getting cleaned up by Zohan's Marauders. Pounding them down. There we go. Unfortunately, Marauders don't do bonus damage against the light armor of Matt White. And feedbacking that Overseer, just because that's pretty much all I got at this point is 1 High Templar. Looking at the units tab. Oh, two Zealots. And trying to lure these Hydras into Siege Tank damage. And he's pulling back here, and if you look, there's only like 3 Siege Tanks and 3 Marauders. But if we back it up just a little bit, and we go to the Matt White cam, this dude has no idea what he's got. Like, he sees 1 tank, takes the hit, and then he's like, well, I don't know, this is kind of iffy. And actually, you notice Sturman, they have shared control, is pulling those guys out as well. So, a little lucky there with a show of force that was way less than what it is. Like, this is it. This is all we have. Look at the units tab. Yeah, 3 Zealots, a High Templar, 6 Marauders, a Hellion, a Medevac, and 3 tanks, and 2 Marines. And they're at 33 Hydras, 44 Zerglings, 4 Infestor. Like, they could have just smoked us. But he doesn't know what we have, so he wisely decides